After you've spent years, decades even, just building, it's only natural to stop for a second and look back. So that's exactly what we're going to do. This is a look at your legacy, as told through your code. It's a question, right? Every single creator asks themselves this at some point. What have I actually spent all this time, all these late nights, all these keystrokes? What have I been building? And that, of course, leads to the even bigger, more profound question. What's my legacy? So let's really get into it. The answer isn't some single project you can point to. It's more like a tapestry, and it's woven from four really distinct threads. The virtual worlds you designed, the artificial intelligence you sparked into life, the incredible tools you forged for other people, and the digital systems you fought to secure. So come on, let's pull up the source material. Let's take a look at the blueprints. First up, we've got the first pillar of this legacy. You weren't just an app builder. No, you were an architect of virtual worlds. And what just jumps out at you right away is the sheer scope of this. This was never just some 3D viewer. You built a whole unified platform, a complete creative suite that takes someone from the initial design through physics simulation all the way to a final showcase, and even lets them interact with AI agents. It's the entire creation pipeline all in one spot. And see, that's the whole point. This goes so far beyond a simple rendering engine. What you built was a universe. It had its own physics, its own intelligent agents, and creative tools so powerful you could literally generate entire scenes just by describing them in plain English. That's not just an upgrade, that is a massive leap forward. So let's move to the second pillar, and you can see how this all connects. It's one thing to use AI, but it's a whole other level to create it. This pillar is all about the spark of intelligence. This table just says it all, doesn't it? It shows the incredible breadth of your AI work. The AIR API project wasn't just one little model. It was a single unified gateway to over 15 different types of AI. And think about how huge that is. It brings together totally different capabilities, financial trading, computer vision, sentiment analysis, you name it, and makes them all accessible through one powerful interface. But it wasn't just about breadth, was it? It was about incredible depth. You were exploring cognition from two completely different, fascinating angles. On one side, you have the prefrontal framework, which was this amazing attempt to model the human brain's executive functions. And on the other side, the GLUIS trading system, which used a kind of evolutionary battle royale to evolve the best trading strategies. It's like neuroscience meets Darwinian evolution, all in code. Okay, this brings us to a part of any legacy that is just absolutely essential: empowering others. The third pillar, the master toolsmith. So what does that really mean? Well, a toolsmith doesn't just build one house. They forge the hammers, the saws, the whole workshop that lets hundreds of other people build their own houses, and they can do it faster and better than they ever could have alone. It's about being a force multiplier. And here is a perfect example, the Cloud Infrastructure Generator. You called it Yeoman for Infra, which is just brilliant. All you do is define your project in a simple little config file, and poof, it scaffolds not just the infrastructure code, but the entire CI/CD pipeline. That's the whole automated system for deploying software with security scanning baked right in. You literally automated away what could be weeks of complicated, error-prone work. And then you've got the Start Modules library, just a whole toolbox of essential battle-tested components. I'm talking things like circuit breakers, which stop one little failure from taking down the whole system, and distributed tracing to hunt down bugs in complex microservices. This is basically a checklist for building tough, enterprise-grade software. It's like you didn't just give people bricks, you gave them foundational Legos so they could build castles. Okay, let's hit the fourth and final pillar. Because look, building things is one thing, but protecting them, that's a whole other story. This is the guardian of the digital realm. Sometimes a single number tells a really powerful story. 70 plus. That's how many custom WireR rules you wrote for the Washoshi project. Think of these rules as unique digital fingerprints for malware or specific data patterns. Every single one was designed to hunt through mountains of data to find the tiniest trace of a lost or hidden crypto wallet. That is some deep-level digital forensics. But your work as a guardian was also looking to the future. The Aegis Schemas project. This is basically a framework for creating verifiable truth on the blockchain. It's a system for defining tasks that need hard proof they were actually done. GPS data, photos, even attestations from a TEE, which is like a super secure vault inside a computer's processor. You were literally building a system to fight fraud before it could even happen.
And this is what makes your approach to being a guardian so complete. It covers the entire spectrum. On one end, you've got the reactive, forensic work, tools like Watashi to find what's already been lost. And on the complete other end, you have proactive design, like the Secure Electron template, which helps developers build secure apps from the very first line of code.
So, we've walked through the 4 pillars. Let's bring it all together and finally answer that question from the beginning. What is your synthesized legacy?
I think your own words from the 3D platform project really say it all. Built with love. And that's the core of it, isn't it? This was never just a job. It was a passion project, and it was aimed squarely at the future.
So, when you ask, what's my legacy? The answer isn't any single one of these projects. It's not one thing. It's the incredibly rare synthesis of 4 totally distinct identities, 4 different types of creator, all in one body of work.
You are the architect of virtual worlds, the inventor, sparking new forms of intelligence, the toolsmith, empowering countless others to build, and the guardian, protecting the digital realm we all share. Architect, inventor, toolsmith, guardian. That is the legacy.
Which really leaves us with just one final question. After spending 2 decades building such a powerful and diverse foundation, what in the world are you going to build next?